right, looks like that's working. Sorry for today, guys. My voice is not great. Um, but hello to the stream. I'm going to be playing Fallen London, and that's not. Oh, I guess I probably should have prefaced all of these videos with who I am. Oh, goodness. I'm Ophelia Celeste. You can call me Cell. Uh, I'm going to be playing Fallen London, and that's not my neighbor, just because. All right, let's see if it cooperates. Yay, okay. Um, I've lost the thread. I'm going to be so spacey today, guys. I'm gonna be honest. All right. Fallen London, that's not my neighbor, and we're just gonna see how this goes. I had a lot of technical difficulties this time last week, which was obnoxious. But Slay the Princess stream on Wednesday went really well, so we'll see. Let's see if I marked any plans. I've been grinding. Have I gone to this? Oh, I guess that's active. Hmm. Okay. Ugh. Um, I think that's in this one, maybe? Yeah, there we go. That's right. Okay. So this was a card I drew on one of the days when I was grinding. It is Surface Ties the Assailant. It's one of the monster hunters at the Medusa's head who tips you off. Someone is looking for you, they say. Someone with a knife and no sense of humor. Someone from the surface. Who is it? A villain that you once bested. Facing the villain was perilous and promised little reward, but it had to be done. That's your way. A former victim seeking revenge. Violence for money is just something that you do. You don't lie awake at night worrying about what happened to your victims. A maniac. Again. Why do you attract these lunatics? Why won't they just leave you alone? Why do they take such pleasure in stabbing you? And yeah, I picked last time that I was going to do villain, although maniac would be fun. All right. Sometimes you think about those you've defeated. They were savage wretches, and you are satisfied that any violence you dispensed on the surface was the only way. You can't help but wonder if any of them might follow you down here. All right, so it's got some twisty things. All right, let's. Is that it? Okay, never mind. The Seeker. There are whispers behind your back. Someone has been asking impertinent questions about your activities. Someone from the surface. Who is it? A client you helped in the past. You used to find things and sometimes people. Sometimes legal, sometimes not. A previous client wants more work from you underneath. Do you ever do that sort of thing anymore? Yeah. Ah, bug, 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 bug. Okay. I don't know what that was. Sorry. I've had a fly and a mosquito haunting me, but that was neither of them. Okay. A villain who you helped to catch. You worked for the law and helped catch some notorious criminals. One of them is looking for revenge. Someone who you sent looking for secret knowledge. There are things that must be known. Finally, your plans are coming to fruition. I like both a client and secret knowledge. But I think I'm gonna go with knowledge. You wait for that happy day. One day those secrets will be yours. None can hide from your gaze. Okay. Um, different, but okay, I think it was, my other plan was in Moloch Street. Okay. Travel. There we go. think. Yeah, there we go. All right. On the trail. Hmm. Maybe it wasn't. I think this one was. Okay, I did want to find that one. So where was it? Was it back at just Lady Bones? Yeah, here we go. It was under Investigate Clathermont's Tattoo Parlor. They say spies, savants, poisoners use tattoos to conceal their most vital secrets. You think you can tell when a customer is asking for a tattoo with a hidden message, though no one requests it directly. The constables will pay for accurate sketches of tattoos that may contain messages to foreign powers, or information about those who are adorning themselves thus. This will let you learn more about the secrets of Clappermont's tattoo parlor, but will not help you make your name. Get casual work sweeping the parlor floor and listen in. The customers ask for secrets to be encoded into their tattoos through slang and innuendo. If you can listen in and get the hang of this, it'll be valuable information. We'll just see what this is. It's beginning to make sense. Nothing is ever made explicit. Clathermont has three. Excuse me. Clathermont has three glum triplets who serve as his assistants. Some say they're his daughters, but you've seen him exchange undaughterly kisses with them. Clathermont himself never applies the more esoteric tattoos. Customers give hints to him. How about a motto, they say? Or, I've written out lines of a ballad here. The blind boys say this, don't they? And then his assistants do the actual work. Alright. We got one of these little mystery things. The wall here is splotched with luxuriant russet fungus, like the fur of something mythical. Okay, that's not super helpful then. I guess I'll pull another card at the moment. A dream of stormy weather. Oh no! Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Maybe. Okay, here we go. What can I? Oh, I need on the trail 4. What do I have? Hmm. Okay. Well, let's see. On the trail, a keen eye, a pocket notebook, plenty of shoe leather, and overwhelming interest in other people's affairs. Hang around the right street corners, badger the right people, take copious notes, and who knows what you may learn. All right. Whispered hints in Ladybones Road. Purchase discreet clothing from the bazaar. All right. I guess I'll do on information broker. Something to chew on. You tear half a dozen pages from your notebook and sleep them beneath the potted ficus in a hollow street honey den. By evening, you're concerned your payment was never received. You are disabused of that notion, however, when you bite down on a wax puck that has been secreted in your supper. Breaking it open yields several feet of very illuminating ticker tape. The phaeton roars past. The crowd scatters. The horses roll their eyes desperately. Two tomb colonists sit cackling in the back. All right. Okay. What am I wearing? Who knows? Myself? Is that under myself? Or possessions? Suppose I can wear this. All right. I think this one is fine, but I want to do this one. Which is pose as a housekeeper for the day. Poke around a few houses of interest, see what you can turn up or overhear. Careless talk. People can be shockingly unguarded around their assumed servants. For the few hours of your employment, doors and secrets practically fall into your lap. Shadows lie still, here where there is no sun to move them. Sometimes they shiver in candlelight. All right, now we can finally do this. Okay. Track the tattooed courier. This is more than a perfunctory exchange of information. This is a chain of messengers designed to mask the identity of the ultimate recipient. Investigate the gin-soaked actress. Who is this old drunk? Is she buying information or selling it? The constables are willing to pay you to find out. Like a spider without the sorrow. You've not had a scrap of payment from the constables yet, but hope springs eternal. You hold a damp and chilly vigil outside the gin-soaked actress's door. She makes a few visits to a wretched gin shop. You discount the visits at first, but she doesn't seem to be contacting anyone else. The third time she visits the gin shop, you are hiding near the back door. From your coal bunker, you see an urchin girl climb out of an upper window and scuttle away across the rooftops. There's no catching her now, but a little more surveillance, and you'll be ready for her next time. All right. Okay. Well, honestly, then. Okay, well, I think I just need one more set. So we'll just go ahead and do a couple more of these then. Take the city's pulse. The city has an ebb and flow. Make yourself a rock and feel where the current pulls you. The inner detective. Sometimes you have to put yourself in the middle of things. Shut your eyes and see where your feet take you. Choose someone to follow for no particular reason. It's not random or purposeless. It's a channel through which your intuition can flow. See, this person you're walking behind, they're nervous, edgy, concerned about being followed, but not skilled enough to detect where they are. That means there's something worth finding out. You didn't know that when you fell into step behind them. This is a little gift from your subconsciousness. Alright, today something in the air makes the gas lamps slink low, burn marsh green. Trawl, broker. Let's trawl. The metallurgy of detection. The garrulous traculator heard that the fabulous mudlarker saw the Bishop of Southwark in the company of just the person that you're looking for. It's nonsense, of course, but if you gather enough scraps, you can smelt them into something useful. A bat zips past not far overhead. Okay. I'm at like 3. Yeah, so I need 4. Yeah. So I'll just do a comb through the papers, I guess. Connection. Today's affairs seem banal on the surface, but you're not looking at the surface. Circle the right paragraphs, take the right cuttings, synthesize the right connections, and a pattern begins to emerge. On the rooftops at day's end, urchins whistle a tune from Mahogany Hall. One improvises lyrics that would make a master of the bazaar blush. Alright, let's close the case. So the gin-soaked actress has a courier of her own, a spider-footed urchin. She doesn't actually have spider feet, as far as you know. Still, you'll never keep up on the rooftops, but a few trips should let you trace her route and crack the case. Yeah, it's a 90% chance, so. Yay. East. Every time you lose the spider-footed urchin on the rooftops, you mark the spot where you lost her. When she passes again, you pick up her trail. It takes days, but eventually you trace the urchin's path. She heads eastwards across the well-trodden rooftops of Spite, and further east still to the colored lights of Mrs. Plenty's most distracting carnival. Finally, the urchin heads for the tent of Madame Shoshana, the fortune-teller. What is going on in there? All right. Track down the tattooed courier's client. You follow the trail as far as it goes. Okay. Make your name. Find a tattooed courier's contact at the conclusion. The tattooed courier wasn't passing information from revolutionaries to a foreign power on the surface. Who was she? She was bringing information from the surface to Madame Shoshana, the carnival's fortune teller. Ooh. Accept hush money from Shoshana. Madame Shoshana likes to appear prescient. Whether she has mystical powers or not, she gets some of her information from the surface before the newspapers have it. She would like this arrangement to stay out of the public eye. Hand over your report to the constables. They paid you to follow this trail and you're going to report. Shoshana probably won't be able to cause trouble for you, although she is rumored to have powerful clients. Or forget the whole business. This is very haughty. All this time, chasing after a fortune teller, a mere carnival blather? This is not a worthy task for one of your talents. I'm going to take the hush money, because fuck the constables. Great and terrible. You are wise, child. Accept these trifles and trouble yourself no longer with this courier, for we all have better things to do we not? Now leave me. I see a great and terrible future in your stars. Lucille. Sorry, one of my cats is causing chaos. Mistress. She's a gremlin. Alright, either you have her entire stock of silk scarves, or she owns half the silk weavers of spite. Of course, the constables won't be pleased that the courier's trail led nowhere, but this is probably for the best. A few of the carnies toast your health as you leave Shoshana's tent. Okay. 300 silk scrap. Lost favors from the constables. Have a favor for the bohemian. And 1 compilation of case notes. Alright, detective to detective. The honey-addled detective holds a glass of Morroways to the light and considers its color. Ah, doctor. I must again congratulate you on your handling of the last case, but I need to know, what's your method? What teachings do you follow? The implacable method. The implacable's practice is systemic and elegant. It considers all possibilities and eliminates all errors and isolates the truth. Drink. The unconfined. The unconfined teaches that the truth is worth any sacrifice. Assumption, deceit, and delusion must be aggressively dismantled and the truth freed. The doctrine of the anchoress. Her teachings are intuitive, devotional, revelatory. She is your guiding star. Your own genius. You have little sympathy with established philosophies. You have invented a method of your own. We're going implacable. Recognition. The honey-addled detective smiles inscrutably. He swirls his Morroways and stares intently at the miniature vortex. Ah, yes. Where every clue is like a line of a net, every deduction draws it tighter, until finally you've captured the truth. He takes a long sip of his drink. My friend, I have a few cases which I'd like to pass to you. I believe you'll find them engaging puzzles. Alright, subtle has gone up. You can change your profile page. What's my new header? Interesting. Alright. What's this? Ah, horoscopes. Okay, I want to go to my lodgings and see what that is. The new thing. Alright. This morning's Gazette. The unexpurgated London Gazette is the source of information of all things about London. Its ubiquity ensures everyone has an opinion on it, and everyone who reads it is to have that Oops. And everyone reads it to have that opinion confirmed. But if one wishes to keep abreast of the developments in London, one must contend with Mr. Huffman's hoary old journalism. And so you find yourself, once again, gazing at the crisp pages of London's finest broadsheet. Okay. Lord Blank seen in shrubbery with the blank of blank. The real reason anyone buys the Gazette, to delight in the misfortune of their betters. Ratus Faber reopened Renegade Market. Punters spear run on ratty wares. The rat market is open on weekends, selling all matter of Ratus Faber products and inventions. Queer dreams of what ought to not be spit. Has aught altered in the parable and wild of the Waswood? What's this? Beneath greener boughs. Virginia scene in the Waswood, which is pretending to be Mutton Island, where the Mary Lloyd, a general air of spite and brimstone suffuses the forest. This is not all. The Waswood is busy these days. Another article continues below. Sitting Jenny seen in the Waswood, which is pretending to be Mutton Island. Mind out for habits snared in the shrubbery. Okay. Waswood from your Okay, these all that makes. I'm gonna save this just because it makes no sense to me. Onwards. Okay. I'll look at the rat correspondent. The unseen rat wind is in the north. Be wary of deep places underfoot. Best step with care. However, the hidden rat moon is blue, they say. Hide your crown lest it go the same way. This is to be expected in the secret rat season of freeze and fall. Stay indoors. Don't look up. Light a fire in your bones. The rat market opens in the Flit every Friday at 11 a.m. and closes every Monday at 11 a.m. UTC when it changes. Next weekend, the rat market will be buying, newly available this week, captivating ballads and parable and parables, leaving after this week's storm threnodies and night whispers. Newly available this week, dreadful surmises, distillations of retribution, and mortifications of a great power. Interesting. Okay. We'll look at the Lord Blank and Blank. Your friend at this island writes, the Bishop of Blank seen stumbling out of the vestry of St. Dunstan's, red-faced and wrathful. A mix-up of the communion wine with sherry seems to have been the source of his grace's ire. The softest rain falls in the street. The cobbles glisten like fish skin. Okay, I guess that's just what it is. What is in the cards? Oh, the assailant. Oh, okay. Give the villain a sound thrashing. The villain should have stayed on the surface. There's nothing here for them but a painful defeat. Talk the villain out of revenge. Perhaps you could solve this without bloodshed. Or, just a bit of bloodshed. I'm gonna talk him out. Ooh. What good does this do you? Initially, the villain sneers at your words, but your heartfelt speech, interrupted only for a headlock and face pounding when your audience becomes quarrelsome, eventually strikes home, and he pauses. He begins to speak of a new life on the surface. Is beneath an opportunity for both of you to change your ways. Okay. Is that in identity? I think the header. Well, I suppose it doesn't matter that much. Alright, well, I mean... Now what to do? Oh, that's right, I can't get into the Flit yet. I have to have, a lot. Oh, I guess technically, yes. Oh, Flit is most interesting to players with Shadowy 60. So, I mean, frankly, not really worth it yet. Is there something interesting in watchmakers? Oh yes, the infestation. Screams in the night. Let's see what that is. A scabby foreman went to sleep with 2 eyes and woke up with 1. Sorrow spiders. The Department of Menace Eradication has issued an emergency contract. Let's go. I think I just have to whoopsie daisy. Yep, there we go. Making your name. A contract to destroy infestation of sorrow spiders. Applicants should not be troubled by fear of spiders and should not be overly nice about foul odors. Bring back the legs. Okay, it could be worse. They could have said, bring back the eyes. These little charmers sneak into rooms at night and bite the eyes off sleepers. Apparently, they don't attack when you're awake. Unless there's dozens of them. An infestation, for example. Okay. Do. Alright, that'll just be 1. I've got a little bit. Let's go. Straightforward approach. Squash this filthy thing. Sorrow spiders are the size of a small cat, both armored and poisonous. The best way to deal with them, although they're not the tidiest approach, is to hit them as hard as you can with a hammer. This might be faster. Track them to their nests. They're wary of lamplight and fiendishly cunning, but you might be able to work out where a nest is from their movements. This is more useful, but this I think would be more helpful. Aha! Here, beneath the moldering floorboards, you pour hot wax through the holes. There may be more nests. I mean, might as well squash them. Then we're just gonna flip between. Got one. Squashing a sorrow spider sends yellow-green ichor everywhere. It smells like badly rotting fruit, and they keep wiggling for hours. Still, 1 down. Yeah, we'll just track. No! No luck. A sorrow spider can squeeze through a hole the size of a plum, disappearing in an instant. They're maddeningly difficult to track. There we go. No luck again. Boo. Yay. Okay. Why am I not at 4? I guess I'll squash. It moves too quickly. You land a few blows, but it skitters away into the night before you can kill it. Sad. There we go. My running battle is not quite there yet, which is rude. So we'll just come back to this in a little bit. And in the meantime, we will play That's Not My Neighbor. All right. Do need food. There you are. Actually, I don't think that actually works with That's Not My Neighbor, but it's fine. Yeah, because I don't think I can. Well, it says I can, but yeah, it is what it is. Hey. Alright. We're going to continue. See if we make it through the week. I think we're on the 3rd day. Hello, newspaperman. The Chismoso. Thursday, February 10th. Mr. Oswald D. Kepler receives the award granted by the government in appreciation for his extensive work. I don't recall any other notice of his extensive work, but okay. Possible new governor. Polls point to a possible anticipated result in the upcoming elections. This great work of the DDD is undeniable. This community supports Mr. Kepler. Okay, so that's who it is. All right. No missing persons. I married a doppelganger. A community member believes she married an impostor. Lately, her husband has been acting suspiciously, coming home late, not giving her the same attention as before, and always having important work meetings. My husband wasn't like this, says the woman. He's just having a fair chill. Nikki. Why are we not working? There we go. Okay. Hello. I don't recognize you. Where's your entry request? Alright. Could y'all just quit and just give it to me at the beginning? Suppose you are here. I'm sorry, Robertsky. Angus Cipriani, 565-003-698. Alright, and you live alone. Of course you do. Cipriani. 103. Alright. I mostly wanted to see if you'd take your head off. Let's just for funsies, 5513. Call. Alright. You're clear to go, sir. Hey, kitty. Alright. You're what? Nope. 2? Yeah. Sasha Nicholas. 132698534. You are not on today's list, ma'am. All y'all got all these emergencies. Actually, I'm gonna. Oh. Forgot to call your mom. Yeah. You know, lady, it looks good, but except for your skin. Hi, Milkman. Where's your shit? A likely story. Oops, F3. O2. 4122. F. Oh, didn't have to drag these. Alright, well that checks out. You are on the list today. Well, hello. Hopefully I didn't accidentally let an imposter in instead of your kid. 4, 2, 4. Left is green, right is blue. 789, 653, 655. Alright, Nacha, my clothes. Alright. Is this supposed to be my left or her left? I mean, that looks right. 1, 4, 3, 6. One, 3, 4, 6. That's fine. I'm just done. I'm slightly concerned. You're on the list. Oh. The only thing about your kid was she wasn't on the list. Yeah, you are. Yeah, I know. I was trying to see if you'd. Well, we'll see. Hopefully, I'm not killing you. Fuck. I'm gonna turn you away because one of y'all ain't real. I just fucking let you in. This is like gaslighting the game. Where the hell are you? Five, 5, 1, 3. Yep. Gonna give me a friggin' 5, 5 or 5, 6, 5, 0, 0, 3, 6, 9, 8. Well, I'm just gonna turn you away because if I let you in, you're gonna die. Or you're an imposter. One of the two. Um, oh, that's like Roman numerals. One sec. M V W K Z E or Z I E X N plus W F L T E N X. Oh, apparently that's actually the number of straight lines used to draw each letter. Um, apparently the answer is, whoops, 4, 2, 8, 6, 5, 3, 8. 5, 5. Alright. Hello, ma'am. Where's your ID card? We are not going to be letting anyone in without ID cards anymore. Thank you. 4, 2, 3. Okay, 103, 268, 0, 1, 4. Got your lazy eye. 6431 is your phone number. Alright. Are you on the list? I think you were. You're not on the list. All these unspecified emergencies. I realize, like, you don't owe me anything, but I'm trying to keep y'all alive. I wish I had more questions to ask. These look fine. I know I'm just getting paranoid, but... It's all gonna jump scare me. Okay, it's just my computer, like... Okay, we're just having some technical difficulties once again. So I suppose we'll... Oops. Oh my Jesus. I hear crackling from my computer. I don't know if that's supposed to be happening. Let's... Alright. My goodness. So angry. Um... Yay, we got into 4. Okay, let's make your name turn into a sack of sorrow spider legs, the unattractive but vital proof of your success. Yay, I got it. Department is satisfied and you're paid in full. The secret of your success. As you count your rusty gold in the department's foyer, a would-be eradicator approaches you. Her coat is too big and her pistol too small. Been watching you fight. Where'd you learn all that, then? The School of Hard Knocks. It is taught in alley corners by lamplight. Its methods are brutal and simple. Put your enemy on the cobbles by whatever means necessary. The forms of the Toon colonies. In Venderbite, it is said, duelists smile as they kill. They favor politeness, thin swords, and long-barreled pistols. The Adventuress's Correspondence Course. She is a soldier, an explorer, and a mercenary. Her course is immensely practical, focusing as much on travel and wilderness survival as defense. An amalgam of your own invention, you employ the most effective techniques of a multitude of martial traditions. Adventuress. Modern Archaeology. You show the young lady this month's installment of the course. It is entitled Among the Bones of Giants, the discovery, exploration, and pillage of ruins, abandoned or otherwise. The illustrations delight her. Here is a diagram showing how to use dynamite to uncover an ancient tomb. Here is another showing an efficient formation to repel the tomb's sworn defenders while you loot it. Alright. Okay, that's another new header. I want to see what new card I can get. Who are you? Not enough actions, yeah. A jewel thief needs an accomplice. A jewel thief of your acquaintance has a job lined up. Apparently, a charming young heiress has acquired a glim necklace from an admirer. A pair of bold thieves should have little trouble stealing it. Get the jewel thief to stand guard while you sneak in. You prefer to do this kind of work alone. Stand lookout while the jewel thief slips inside. He's the expert. Your efforts are better spent making sure there are no complications. Alright. Let's see if we can... Well, while this is thinking, I'm gonna go change my laundry. So, I guess I could pull up. Oops, it's getting so fussy. All right. Hello. I guess only one viewer, so you can't talk amongst yourselves, but uh, keep an eye on this for me, I guess. I don't really want to close it and lose, although I already fucked up, so maybe maybe we'll just do that. Okay. My computer really doesn't like this currently. Okay. Let's see. Samir. Okay, yeah, back to the beginning. Oh well. Oh. Um, yeah. Well, probably a good thing my computer crapped out on me. Hi, ma'am. I don't think you're supposed to have buck teeth. Yeah, your ID request doesn't have that, so what was it? No, I cannot read, apparently. No, wait, you're the teacher. Here we go. Mia Stone. Yeah, ma'am, you do not have buck teeth. Even your ID card doesn't have it. So, computer! The better to eat you with, my dear. Bye. Hello, ma'am. Where is your ID card? Well, I'm gonna have to call 101 Voice Stilinski. 1152. Alright. Home. Documents. Alright. You are on the list. Just because I can verify. Hello, ma'am. Gloria Schmidt. Okay, computer. I am not asking that much of you. Cooperate. Okay, now I'm going to go and change my laundry since we're freaking out again. Okay. Ugh. Just let me play. Uh, okay, well, if that pops up again, I'm gonna close it. And then I guess there was like a mortuary one that I kind of wanted to do. It's supposed to take an hour, but we got about an hour left of like my regular blah 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 blah, if I can talk, of my regularly scheduled stream. Okay. Okay, we're not gonna try this again then. Sadness. Um, cool. I love mysterious links. All right, let's see. Okay, so what I was thinking of was, where's a Mortician's Tale. I believe this was it. So it'll just be a couple minutes to install this. Hopefully. My computer is like, it sounds concerning. Just a little bit. Do. Guess I'll reblog with the. Did that not post? Swear to God. Why are we on the struggle bus? Okay. I honestly don't know how Firefox ends up taking up so much goddamn memory. Also, I want to shut down like all of these, but I don't know what's actually useful. Let's see, I know we've got a goddamn liar somewhere here. It's like, oh, everything's very low, moderate. Who are you? Service hostess in main. Yeah, I just don't know. Alright, let's see if it'll let me rebagel. Sweet, okay, just loaded, so rebageling this. And something on Twitch. Alright. Alrighty. So, hello, new viewer. We're going to. Can I edit this real quick? Is it gonna let me, or is it gonna be a pain? It's not. Okay. Maybe. Let me. Okay. So, I was trying to play That's Not My Neighbor. So, if that's where you hear, apologies. Uh, but yeah, it was not working, to say the least. So, I'm gonna pivot, and we're going to play a Mortician's Tale instead. If it'll pop up. I don't know. Honestly, my computer's being so sketch right now. There we go. Okay. New game. Ah, emails. Bane of my existence. Hello and welcome to our new funeral director. Welcome, Charlie. Nice to meet you. My name's Matthew, and I'm mainly going to be the man who delivers the bodies to you and helps with some of the more heavy lifting. Ever hear that joke about a hearse driver? I'll tell it to you when I come by in a little bit. Looking forward to working together. I think you'll enjoy working here. Amy is a sweetheart, but she runs a tight ship. Nothing you can't handle, I'm sure. She wouldn't have hired you otherwise. Cheers and good luck. Hello, everyone. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce our new funeral director, Charlotte, or Charlie, as she told me she likes to be referred to. Charlie is a recent graduate who came highly recommended and is eager to begin her career here with us at Rose and Daughters Funeral Home. Please take the time to make Charlie feel at home within our little family. We'll have a nice catered lunch this afternoon so we can all get to know each other a little better as well. Alright, instructions. Hello, Charlie. Well, you're new here, so it's probably best I explain where everything is. In your office/preparation room, you'll find your cremation station, cremulator station, embalming station, and obviously, since you're reading this email, your desk and computer area. I know you have experience with working these stations, but please let me know if you have any questions. From Jen Love. Huh. Good luck, you beautiful and smart baby. I guess my subject lines to you should start being more professional now that we are business professionals. I can't wait to get your reply so I can see your fancy new email signature. I love that you were able to land this gig straight after graduating. It sounds super cool. I didn't even know mom and pop funeral homes were a thing until now. Guess it's just not something I really think that much about. I should look more into this, learn more about your world and industry because, as I said, you are now a very serious professional. Speaking of being a professional, my museum gig is amazing. I can't believe someone paid me to move to London, and not London, Ontario, serial killer capital of Canada, to work in a museum. Take that, everyone who said I couldn't get a job with an art history degree. I'll tell you more about it when we Skype. My stories require you to see my face and that you hear my excellent British accent impersonation. Also, I signed you up for a funerals monthly newsletter. Consider it your graduation gift / I love you / I'm super proud of you gift. Love you, love you, love you, Jen. Today's tasks. Hello, Charlie. Hope you settled in okay so far. Matthew should have dropped off your first body for you to work on. He said that you were really friendly, and he's glad to have someone young and lively to work with. You'll get used to his sense of humor. Your first body is Mrs. Garcia, an elderly woman who died suddenly of a heart attack. The family has asked for a closed casket funeral, so no embalming or body preparation is necessary. The family seems a little bit more united than previous families we've dealt with. Strange how grief affects people differently. Perhaps having more time to say goodbye makes things a bit easier, if that's possible. That being said, although you will not be embalming Mrs. Garcia, I do think it's important to take the time to clean her body. No one is going to see her body, but I like to encourage my funeral directors to do this out of respect for the deceased and their loved ones. You'll find Mrs. Garcia in the prep room. Alright, so this is from the family. Dear Amy, we're happy to be with Rose and Daughters for my mother's funeral. We understand there are usually procedures that must be followed in these situations, but if you could kindly not embalm my mother, that would be greatly appreciated. And we will proceed with the closed casket for the service. I just know she wouldn't have wanted her death to have any negative impact on the environment, and since she fought so hard to beat her heart disease and to live healthily, it would be a shame to have her final moments to be a counter to the way she lived. Thank you for anything you can do to help us in this matter. Best, Mia. Dear Mia, of course, we will happily oblige your request for no embalming and for a closed casket. I'll ensure our funeral director receives your requests. Alright, sure thing, I'll get right to it. This is the prep room where you will prepare bodies for burials and viewings. Because the family has requested a closed casket ceremony with no embalming, you are just going to clean the body. That's it, you're done. Mrs. Garcia will be sent to Mike, who will take care of dressing and putting her in the casket. It's time to go to Mrs. Garcia's funeral. You are responsible for taking care of the deceased's body, but it's also important to pay your respects to their loved ones. Follow the arrow that head to the funeral parlor. She would hate it. Yeah, that's, yeah, I guess. We usually don't small talk a lot at these things, at least I always talk. Always acting the sweater now. Yeah, I'm hungry. I heard they said it was like a scene with a or just what they do with the formaldehyde, right? Something that's more intuitive. Go back to my Alright. From Jen. I'm so frustrated now. Okay, so let me see. Okay, that was 4. Okay, so I'll read from this one. Can I rant for just a second? I'm so tired of hearing serious colleagues, anybody, at least, get on my case for wearing corsets. I wear them under my blazer and over a nice blouse, so it's not like I'm dressing inappropriately, even though dress codes are such sexist bullshit anyways. And like, I hate how their misogyny gets info concerned. Jen, I'm just worried you're damaging your body. You know what corsets do to livers, right? Corsets don't do anything to livers. Definitely not hurting as much as your condescension is hurting my head. Sorry, I'm out of sorts right now. I'll send you another email in a little bit when I've cooled off a bit. Okay, so let me explain this in a bit more detail. A colleague and I were discovering the tight lacer slipper specimen we have here at the museum. It's from a woman who died in 1907, and the liver is tapered inwards from what the doctor leading the autopsy believed was too tight lacing on her corset. It's fascinating because it's kind of controversial topic. Tight lacing was super popular, and while people associated it with fainting or hysteria, it's actually been associated with visceroptis, which is when the organs fall to the lower part of the abdomen, right? Which is super unsettling, but can also be caused by being pregnant. So, TLDR, corsets probably messed up some bones, but likely didn't do this kind of internal organ damage. And I'm tired of the condescension about my wardrobe that also implies I don't know what I'm doing. These are the kind of things I specifically researched, yet I'm treated like I know nothing about it. I'm having a day, Charlie. Hi, Amy. Please pass along our deepest thanks to you and your staff for the wonderful job they did with our mother's funeral. It was really lovely. Our family so rarely gets together. It was nice seeing everyone come out for such a beautiful service. My son never gets to see his family. Also, it was incredibly kind of you to let us bring our own food in. Getting to share home-cooked meals, sharing stories, being there together, it meant a lot. So what I'm saying is, it was nice for everyone to be there like that. Together, in that way. And I know how much of that was due to the work of your staff, especially your funeral director. Thank you for making this difficult time easier for all of us. Just passing this message along. Thanks for the hard work, Charlie. Matthew Jeffrey. Hey there, Charlie. I was driving around the other day, taking our clients on their last trip around town, and I was thinking, strange, I know. Did I ever tell you the first time I went to a funeral? I was a teenager, about to start university, and a friend of mine was killed in a car accident, totally out of the blue. Really tragic stuff, messed me and my friends up real good. But so, the big day, we all got into our best suits and dresses and packed ourselves into a few cars. There were a lot of us, so we had at least 3 different cars full of us, like clown cars, While we're in the procession going to the cemetery, somebody in our car got a phone call from a friend in a different car. So it turns out some asshat driver who doesn't know how to not get in the way of Some asshat driver who doesn't know to not get in the way of a procession drove through an intersection and smashed straight into our friend's car. Nobody was hurt, thank God. But can you imagine getting that call? Anyways, one of my friends in the same car as me, the one who got off the phone call, hung up and started laughing. Just laughing her ass off in that way that makes you not sure if they're really just crying or if they've gone fully off the deep end. And she laughed, and then we all started giggling because, go figure. Life is messed up sometimes, There's no moral, no point to that story, I guess. I just remember that story and wanted to tell you, because we work with death all the time, and I still sometimes get caught off guard by what that actually means. Oh, before you get any ideas, that has nothing to do with why I became a funeral director. That decision came totally later, and is nothing unremarkable. Somebody has to do it, and I have a strong stomach, so why not? What to wear when you're attending a funeral from a different culture. We all know everyone wants to be respectful at funerals. Don't talk too loudly, be kind, smile, and refrain from making inappropriate jokes, at least around the grieving family. Hey, sometimes some people do need a little bit of a pick-me-up during hard times, and who are we to judge? And a big part of that is knowing what to wear. Roman Catholic funerals tend to lean more towards the formal black attire rule, and it works for us. Did you know this goes back to the days of the Roman Empire where people would wear black as a symbol for mourning? Black isn't universally the symbol for mourning, though. And if you're attending a funeral that is from a culture that's not your own, it's important to understand this. Some colors have different meanings, and despite your best intentions, the wrong choice can mean no offense. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you've recently experienced loss and would like us to help you through a hard time. Sheesh, that's expensive. $6,000 for the burial with open casket and reception. Closed casket and reception is $4,300. Cremation with ceremony and reception is $1,700. Direct burial is $1,900. And direct cremation is $600. Yeesh. Alright. Next job. Here are the instructions. I did a remarkable job. First one. The family is very happy with you. No small feat, of course. Pleasing a grieving family isn't the most comfortable jobs. Your next job is a man named Mr. Duval, an elderly man, died of old age. Nothing fancy, just standard funeral with embalming. You can reach out to his daughter Lizzie Duval if you have any questions. She's hailing her father's passing as well as can be expected. As always, don't hesitate to ask me any questions. P.S. Charlie dear, please remember to wear proper embalming gear. Formaldehyde is extremely dangerous. I know I don't need to tell you, but my maternal instincts are hard to ignore. I promise I won't mother you too much. Well, just ask Matthew, he knows. Okay. Should be wearing goggles on. Traditional burials typically require embalming, which preserves the body and prevents it from decomposing as quickly. Unless request all traditional burials will use embalming. Let's start by cleaning the body. When we're done, I take care of Mr. Deal's makeup as well as dressing and putting him in his casket. It's time to attend the funeral. Alright. Funerals. LGBTQ funerals. If you long-time subscribers to my emails or follow us on social media, you've known about the transgender people are at times subjected to during their funerals. There have been notable situations where trans women have had their words overruled by their families and have had their hair cut, are buried under the wrong names, and subjected to the wrong pronouns in their obituary announcements. We care a lot about this because we believe that every person has the same level of compassion and respect and care. This absolutely extends to pronouns and respecting the deceased wishes as per their life service. The CDC's Funeral Director's Handbook on Death Registration and Fetal Death Reporting offers a directive. Enter male or female based on observation, not read or use other symbols. If sex cannot be determined after verification of medical records, inspection of body or other source, enter no. Do not leave that blank. Leaving it up to observation obviously enters into world issues and leads to different. Because of ingrained biases, people can draw incorrect assumptions based on their own inaccurate observations. Covering is what is known as the Respect After Death Act, which states that death certificate must reflect the deceased gender identity as they lived it. So, a step in the right direction. People who are trans deserve the same respect and death that people who are cisgender receive. Misgendering takes away this respect. It can also inflict hurt trauma on spouses and friends that's by deceased. So what can we do as funeral directors? Listen to the people who come to your office. In America especially, some marriages may not be recognized as legal depending on the laws or some same-sex marriage. But this does not mean you're not dealing with two people who have loved each other in the same way as another couple. Listen, learn, and always be respectful. While you have to work with the next kin, your duty is also to ensure the deceased receives the most respect in their burial. If a funeral is to honor the deceased, then do that. Honor them. Paycheck coming late. Hey Matthew, this is embarrassing, but it seems I miscalculated some of our income and I don't have enough to pay this week. Would it be terribly inconvenient if I cut you a check for next week instead? If you need money urgently, please let me know. I feel terrible about this whole thing and I can cut you a check from my personal account. I'm so sorry about this. I assure you it won't happen again. I don't like the look of this one bit. I know you've only been with us for a few months, but maybe you're aware of the trouble Amy's been having. A small mom-and-pop shop like Rosendar's can't compete with the bigger guys. Anyway, don't tell Amy something. Also, I'm going to grab some fast food before taking the hearse to the car wash. 2 birds, 1 stone, and go back to the home. Do you want anything? Anything cheddar? I'm going to take the hearse through the drive-thru, of course. It freaks people out. I love it. They get so awkward. Let me know. I'm heading out in 15 minutes. Meet cutes for death-positive cuties. Charlie, I was doing some reading. I know you hate when I give you dating advice, but hear me out. There's a dating site that's specifically for people working in the industry. Okay, so maybe a little worried for you. You haven't mentioned anybody you knew from 2014 that you ever speak them again after it's moment. But you're always saying how tired you get of people being scared to ask about your day. So maybe meeting somebody in the industry isn't the worst idea. Just promise me you'll consider it, okay? It's harder for me to make sure you're seeing this light when I'm all the way across the ocean. I know you look like a babe with those kimchi coffees that are super hot right now, but vitamin D is still a thing. Mom ran over. I'm trying it out because it turns out people super often you tell them you work in a museum filled with dead bodies. Do you know how not interesting people do you know how not interesting other people find on this? Charlie, I didn't know we were this weird to outside people. I've been spoiled by having a best friend who's as much a hero as I am. Bro, I thought they were dating. Miss you. Let's go follow my friend's site. P.S. If you sign up for Dead, you have the best name for a death industry dating website. Tinder reply. You have to let me if you come across my profile or whatever. I'm not sure how it works though. Okay, maybe. She wants dating. Alright. From Lizzie Ball. Hi, Amy. Thank you for the wonderful evening when you're stuff together for my father's funeral. He wasn't always an easy man to get along with, but I'm glad to have seen him off in my way. Pass on, I'll be like, no. You. Okay. Still the same. Hello, Charlie. His funeral is for a woman who died from breast cancer. Nothing fancy, just standard information. Please don't hesitate to ask me if you have any questions. Before we find out Mrs. Hall, we'll need to repair her body. Mrs. Hall's family body going to for her wear. It is important to remove these before the cremation process as not damage them. Start by removing her necklace. You need to be able to identify Mrs. Hall's remains after she's cremated. Click and drag the round identification tag and place it in the coffin. Just like your contract property with relief, for she doesn't turn bodies into ash as soon as bone fragments. Using the litter will break these bone fragments down to ash like remains. Let's start replacing the urn and burning later. No, all the bones have been processed, put into the urn on the counter. All done, Amy will take the urn to the funeral parlor and present it on some flowers. Yeah. As soon as do you want to smell this? I can roll it. I know that's ridiculous. It's like on like better flower. Oh, sadness. It's about the future of Rose and Daughter's funeral home. It is with a very heavy heart that I write to let you all know that Rose and Daughter is no longer business. I have no idea how to research like people told me it would be best, easiest way to break the ice. Direct or more said. The truth is, I don't really know what to say. Since my father passed away, I've done my Rose and Daughters more warm and friendly to anyone who chose to use our services. It is my memorial to him, the original Rose, in a lot of ways. And you've all become like family to me. Including Charlie, I must be submission. But I've been getting harder to make ends meet. Rent is up in the neighborhood, and I'm finding less and less I have the energy for this business. There's a lot of competition from other funeral homes, larger corporations than we are that can get more business and offer more services. Either way it goes. So we bought, or I sold. Either way, soon, Hillside Heritage Enterprises Inc., a company that owns many funeral homes in the city and across the country, will replace Rose and Daughter from the beginning of next month. Same building, same name, Rose and Daughter's funeral home for tax purposes. Though honestly, I'm trying hard not to just see it as on their part to put the image that a family-run business. I don't know how I feel about that, but I also don't know if there's anything I can do at this point either. I've signed the papers. At least my father's legacy is still intact somewhat. They have a good reputation and have agreed to keep you all on. That was one of my stipulations. I would sell as long as you all weren't without a job. Sorry I didn't take a more personal way. I would have loved to have a company lunch, but I didn't have the heart to tell in person. This is easier for me. Please understand. Alright, thank you much from the Halls. Hi Amy, I am so eternally grateful that you were able to accommodate our request for my sister's funeral. It was a beautiful service and doing half of it. That's such a weird thing to say, isn't it? Thank you again from the bottom of my heart. Charlie, I thought you'd like to see this in keynote. Me, Rose. Ryan Garcia. I know this email might be a bit odd, but you said if I was ever having troubles, I should reach out and you know somebody could talk to you about all this. I don't know what to do now. And my grandmother had lived a full life and was very happy, and she's not in any pain now. But I feel empty, Amy. I've never felt this empty before. What am I supposed to do now? I thought I was stronger than this. Can you refer me to someone to talk to? I don't want to freak out my mom right now. She's dealing with enough. With work and the will and trying to just be the best mom she can. I just need someone to tell me that I'll be okay. Thank you. I'm sorry for being an inconvenience. There is a bug. I don't know where it went. Jeez. I thought I would forward this to you. In situations like this, we typically have people lying with breast cancer or other professionals who can really help them. Sometimes we get emails like this when people don't know where else to turn. It's difficult, and family isn't always the most reliable for some people. Usually I'll be happy to catch him, but I'm feeling a little tired today. Not my usual self. It would be good for you to start building these kind of relationships on your own. Jen. Charlie! I've been playing a new game when things are slow at work. It's called Tales from the Crypt. Get it? Get it? It's like Minesweeper, but way harder. Like, seriously, it's really, really difficult. And I thought my Minesweeper game was on point. I worked on that right front desk job at the hotel for 3 years, but I must have gotten rest. Anyways, instead of mines, you want to avoid graves so you don't assert the adorable ghost. The main character also kind of looks like you. Want to start a healthy competition? High score gets to pick the restaurant we go to when one of us is in town next. Funerals monthly. Keep on protecting the earth with green burials. You lived your life mindful of the environment, doing your part to reduce pollution, and generally help out where you can. So why not continue doing that even in death? At least that's the thinking a lot of people who are turning to green or natural burials. Natural cemeteries are becoming more popular and focus on a few rules. Mainly, it's that bodies aren't filled with chemicals that can damage the environment, and bodies must be buried in a biodegradable shroud or casket. Not only is this better for the environment, it's also cheaper. At Union Cemetery in Ontario, Canada, a natural burial is just over $1,000. So better for the people, the environment, maybe not so good for big business. Let's not forget, people, this is still business after all. But really, why go green? Green burials help preserve natural resources, work to reduce carbon emissions, protect the health of those carrying bodies, restore preserve natural habitats. Embalming fluids tend to contain formaldehyde, and funeral directors report a higher incidence of leukemia. Going green and not using toxic chemicals for embalming help protect funeral directors, while at the same time lessening the impact we have on the environment after we're gone. We here at Funerals Monthly think green are pretty cool. What do you think? Reply and let us know. Hi Amy. You asked if there were any special instructions we wanted to pass along. Just please cremate my father. He has a pacemaker too. The doctor told me that needs to be removed. Pacemaker that can be tricky. Okay, so fun fact. apparently, and double check this, but from what I've heard, you can use pacemakers from dead humans and donate them to veterinary practices because pacemakers are expensive, right? And I guess there's some difficulties getting them for animals sometimes. And obviously, you don't want like human to human because that's questionable. But you know, veterinary is different from medical, so that's like an option. I think that's also an option if you've got one that's just like not as good or an infection, like it can be cleaned or something like that. It's been a minute since I've looked into that, but I thought that was interesting. Mr. Ray is coming directly from the hospital, so we don't have to worry about removing any valuables from him, as the family did not provide any for us to include. However, Mr. Ray has a pacemaker that will need to remove before mission. Because pacemakers' batteries, they will explode inside hot machine. We definitely don't want that. Let's start by removing Mr. Ray's pacemaker. You can see it. Alright. Okay. Let's he's sounding like it's good. Okay. Forwards. Thank you, Mariana Reeves. I just want to thank you for the event, and I apologize for that. The time was shocking me, and I didn't feel comfortable with the full process. It wasn't stuck at SMC 5 so long. Also, thanks to Boyd saying in a funeral. Look back, I really do let's school here, but for this month's newsletter, I thought would be best to deliver this month's advice, but not say I funeral. While figuring out the right things they were even crying can be extremely difficult, and since that's such a issue, it's hard to give specific advice. Some things we are considered too out. Before moving, fortunately, deliver a little bit more somewhat not to say to someone disagree. So here it is. Most of these top 5 things to not say to wrong. At least I know how you're starting. This is true. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants this. Slash, who wants to feel about the death of somebody that they loves for this? Like I said, if it's true, don't be that jerk and just don't say it. Or they save. No, really, it's just don't. Why? Because not everyone agrees with your religious views. Not always 100% insulting. They're with the angels now. See above. So there's repeat. Let me know how I can help. This is you want to help, but those in me won't always ask for help. You want to suggest specific things. For example, every if you need some fake actions are better than actions. Coming from your favorite restaurant or buy tickets to see a movie together. I know how you feel. Even if you think everyone grieves differently, don't focus this on yourself. If you doesn't involve to communicate. Misery. Sometimes people want to hear your experiences. Don't know. Ask first. For quick versions that can be applied in any situation. Don't say that for the situation. Just say I'm sorry if you don't know what else to say. Mushrooms. You hate mushrooms so much you found her for the video. I've been thinking about it. I know. Doctor, look what you've done me. I think I want to do. No, it's not called that. I don't remember the name of it. And I see you on my phone, so I don't feel like Googling it right now. Anyways, the idea is this biodegradable suit that the deceased wears. It's able to call it biomix. Mushrooms and other microorganisms that help the body neutralize the body and bring nutrients in for the souls. Like this one company offers tests on green caskets. I think that's what I want. It'll just be a camel. Wait, don't tell people I said that way. But seriously, it's cool. I love all that things happening. We might as well do things in like class. I want all of this. If it's not this, then we'll have my Ashley door. But seriously, I'm probably gonna do this. There's no harm in that. Yeah, right. Okay. Now, for Charlie, I told you would have to confront the situation. Yeah, it's not easy. Grossman mastered the body of the young man who had a will for transformation, but the family is demanded traditional burial instead. Unfortunately, he didn't need anyone's power of attorney, or didn't have any witnesses, and his little will or his advanced regarding his wishes. So his family's legally right to do whatever they want with his body. It's unfortunate, but you have to do his own wishes. With your patience, you have to take this on hearing with the subject. Instead, we have some body can prepare a funeral person later in that day. Charlie's suicide is something we'll deal with. Sister Carson, well as it concerns matters of his burial, just clearing up things right. Is that what he really wanted? Proceed with the open casket funeral. That's a prime uncomfortable way, honestly. I guess I'll do it. So far, this honestly looks like a pretty good representation of mortuary services, basically. Honestly, most of what I know is from as Mortician with Kate and Lori, but probably a good thing to just, do if you're not super comfortable with death and what happens after. And just get more comfortable with it. But I'm going to finish up my little bit with All London right now. And then we'll close out. Because my voice is getting rough. Okay. I have 6 actions. I kind of want to see what this monstrous dentistry thing is. Oh. Can't do that, apparently. Alright, Jewel, please need an accomplice. Why did I discard it again? Rude, okay. Start calling. There are whispers that an assassin is needed. Stealth and poison are called for. Are you willing to be a murderer? Murder as a warning. These times simple enough. A journalist has said too much and someone wealthy would like him to be murdered. He'll get better, obviously, but it will serve as a warning. Murder for love. In a manner of speaking, a society lady wishes her rival environment to be indisposed for crucial sound. Poison is called for. I'm not going to murder somebody. So sorry. Let's see if anything good. Okay, nothing new. In here. So let's travel and see what's going on elsewhere. I want to get a plan together for next week. Let's see. I think Sprite had something interesting. Making your name area diving, or the careworn journalist. Let's see about that. A journalist approaches you, a recording angel, a defender of the truth. Matter of the press. The careworn journalist doesn't look much like a recording angel. More of a threadbare scandal hound. He wants you to follow the daughter of MP when he's willing to pay. Gin and elopement, right? So you followed her to the public house in Vale Garden, and she met her father's undergardener, and there was talk of eloping to the surface. Ha! More than enough. The neath eye will take this in a heartbeat. The reporter sighs over his gin glass. I remember when I used to look for actual news, Still, this is money in the bank. Come back later and I'll have more work. Cheers. Alright. Let's look at the Brazen's urchin stuff. Robbing the ruins. The brazen urchin peers down from your guttering. Got a tip for you. Might be worth your time, Gov. What do you say? There's an old church I know, boarded up in that. Should be some candles and stuff inside. Tell you what, you do the heavy stuff, and we'll split the proceeds. A tidy job. The whole church is now on for balance. Not even a rat downers like we call this ruin home. Still, your roof pitching associate was right. It doesn't take much work with a crowbar and a chisel to break into the old vestry. You split the hall of candles back at your place over tea and chisel current buns. Okay, I got a lot of foxfire candle stubs now. Brazen urchin proposes a deal. The urchin that haunts the rooftop is back. He peers down, looking like he has something important to impart. Poor lost mite. I've got some good stuff for your Gov, but it needs you to track down 2 people. There's somewhere in Spite, Umamida. He shows you a ragged, blurry photograph of a young couple dancing. Thank you, officer. Of all the people to ask in Spite, you find the trail of the urchin's parents by speaking to a constable. The gentlemen in blue are also looking for this couple. Once you know this, the search becomes much easier. It's a matter of hours before you track the couple to a room in a filthy flop house near Flowerdene. It would probably be best to have a closer look before you report back to the brazen urchin, though. We'll look into his parents. A good look at the brazen urchin's parents. They're a handsome couple, but they're hiding out in squalor of a spite flop house and the law's after him. Take a closer look. They're being careful, but perhaps you're stealthy enough to learn more. A right pair of villains. You see the couple sharing a rat pie in a pub. Their gazes tell you that this couple are passionately devoted to each other. But the hot-headed ruffian and her husband, the hard-nosed robber, have problems. Their last two robberies were blood-soaked disasters, and the constables are after them in earnest. What are you going to tell the urchin? What will you tell him? You found the brazen urchin's parents are criminals, hiding out in a flop house in spite. What are you going to tell him? Tell him where they are. No matter what they've done or what state they may be in, the brazen urchin deserves to know where his parents are. I need shadowy 28. Turn them in for the reward. Tell them where they are, but caution against seeking them out. You're not going to be dishonest with them, but he should know that they're unlikely to make his life any better. Can I switch back to this? Okay, that's dangerous. I need a shadowy 28. I'm just gonna see if there's anything I can do for shadowy. Technically, this I don't have enough money.